tab. Turn on light. Turn on the big light for mood. Such a fucking idiot. Get the stream on my phone so I get another view. Keep using web. Mute the stream because I don't want to hear myself. Alright. There it is, boys and girls. Are we gonna be able to finish this game for today? Actually, before we do anything, I want to check if they have added a chat thing for Linux. It don't seem like it. Yeah, nah. It don't seem like it. Oh well. No chat on stream. I mean, there were ways to do it, but they weren't very good ways. There's probably like plugins or stuff for it. But I'm not, I can't be asked. Well, we came here. We were in the flowery room in hydroponics. Ooh. And we were going to read. We just came through from this elevator. This elevator was in the medical bay. There was a door in the medical bay we couldn't open. Maybe it was open if we went when we were not doing well, kind of crippled after the operation, surgery. But that feels wrong, doesn't it? Anyway, we're in hydroponics now. Everything's overgrown, and we need to check for a, if I remember correctly, different hatch that will take us to the lower levels, where our daughter is. That's it. And now we read. Actually, nah, I'll give it a minute. The vines attempt to redecorate the elevator before too long. The elevator shaft, now covered in a thick band of foliage, looms over the room like a giant forest mushroom. It kind of is like a giant forest mushroom, and that's pretty nice. The creeping growth of this level has upholstered the drab surfaces in an almost comforting fabric of green. Edwin Tiong, civilian. Civilian? Although the fans were installed to keep the air cycling, they're now helping reduce the build-up of vegetation. Oh, not those. The doorway's bright lighting indicates the entrance to another laboratory. That's it. So there's 3 main places. Let's go left first. Oh. Oh!
This is ridiculous. How did it grow this world in a few months?
What is going on there? The vaporizer lies broken.
These plants can naturally develop this fast.
Kane developed the technology to accelerate plant growth. Oxygen is big business.
Okay. Are you gonna interrupt me again, John? Good. The vaporizer lies broken beyond repair, wrapped in vines. Wrestled from the upright position, the vaporization chambers are now resting idly on the floor. A network of green veins snake across every surface. The vines have covered many of the laboratory surfaces. In some areas, the wall and floor can't be seen behind the tangled weave. The doors appear to be locked. A network of every surface. I've already read that. Another monitor displaying the vessel's favorite show, static. Oh, a metal plate. The computer terminal. A small work desk. This vaporizer has been punctured by a hole. Leaving a... Has been punctured by a hole? Has a hole punctured, leaving a spiderweb of cracks in the glass. Same with this one, but it's not answering. The air is filled with a distinctive jungle scent. Plants are producing odors that are sweet, creamy, and seductive in equal measure. The surprisingly pleasant aroma of the undergrowth is kept in check by the hard-working fans. Alright. This is an evaluation platform for specimens and samples to be inserted into the glass chambers. I'm gonna get the plate first. Is that a Ouija board? Let's get into this terminal. Dr. Sebastian Gray, January 2nd. Finally! Finally we have more room for the Linessi Hadavi strain. Is that a real blind? Linessi Hadavi. It is not. Hey everybody! Wishing death on Hume shippers for huming with an unattractive character should all go get publicly executed as well. I guess I shouldn't have looked for this. Damn, okay. Which I've been working on so hard. It's days like this that humanity truly proves why it crawled out of the ocean before any other. My section has been expanded. I have more staff, true, but they are drones and have little other function. Now we can expand the research potential of Project Kitchen Knife and see what the plants can yield. Oh. The oxygen production rate is quite unlike anything in my initial projections could have predicted. Last year it became the worst kept secret on the Groom Lake, and all of a sudden I had more interns that I could comfortably employ. Their only function is to stumble about the place and ask troublesome questions that I have little time to answer. If only a world was more like that of insects. I have plenty of walkers and drones, but none of the unwavering loyalty. Bees work and work, the faith in their queen unquestioning and constant. That kind of loyalty is beyond price. These interns of mine have their uses, I suppose. We always need volunteers willing to get close to the queen. This sounds like they made a flash plant hybrid thing. I am surrounded by incompetence. One of those imbecilic interns got too close to the queen and she showed him her affection. Quite amusing, though not to him. This means that I must attend another accident debriefing with a board. Though, Dr. Milan does love to test me. I see him up on the hearing bench and he grins at me in that supercilious look that he has perfected over the years. I suppose that I have him to thank for my current position. It was his recommendation to the board that made them hire me in the first place. Still, I believe he has come to enjoy this little power place. He does so like to keep me under his heel. That, my great doctor, is only a temporary situation. Once this project is complete, the chess games that we play so often will no longer be our only battleground. Regarding the project, some of the bug eggs failed to hatch properly. I suspect this is why the queen was more aggressive than usual. There are more than enough drones to continue the collection work. Their unique chemical properties are doing wonders for the plants, although I'm running short of interns prepared to work in close proximity to them since the last incident. The worker I appreciate the most is Akiza. I was astonished to discover that she is related to the legendary Dr. Tenchu of the eugenics wars. I did consider mentioning it to her, but I sense she is utterly ashamed to have him as her ancestor. If it wasn't for men like him, our profession would be a hollow shell of what it is now. Then again, if it wasn't for him, genetic research wouldn't have been put back by several generations now, would it? The ethical quandaries we face as men of science. The insects are restless. They rumble in their apiaries and are more aggressive than usual. My personal deduction is that the presence of the marine thugs aboard the ship are their cause. Armed guards all over the place. I was stopped by one the other day and asked me my reasons for going into hydroponics. Well, after explaining I was head of the damn project, I had the guard removed from his post and then the ship. This is insanity. How am I expected to progress with these thugs around? I recall complaining about the inundation of interns. If only they were still here now. Both Ivan and Theodore disappeared from their rooms last night, and I've had to speak to security about their whereabouts. They were as Akiza's assistants, and now the production of the Queen Royal Jelly has slowed but exponentially. That's been a huge blow, but a rather extraordinary anomaly has appeared in our growth pods. A hitherto undiscovered strain of fungus. Its origin is something of a mystery to me. This fungal growths fascinate. At first, I thought it was a common garden variety mold, but after a substantial analysis performed by Akiza, it seems to harbor neuron activity. That is to say, it seems to exhibit rudimentary signs of intelligence. We've certainly created some unusual species on this deck, but the idea of a quasi-intelligent fungus growing and evolving on its own volition is exciting and frankly, frightening. I've asked Akiza and the remnants of her team to cultivate it, but exhibit caution in where it is spread. I was asked by one of Dr. Milana's assistants if the fungal substance discovered growing in the bowels of the ship had anything to do with us. I lied, of course, but this is becoming alarming. Our experiments flourished at first. We may have lots more stuff recently, but our experiments have been fruitful indeed. Lost. Confidentially, the properties of the fungus is both extraordinary and terrifying. It has the remarkable ability to take control of a living subject's central nervous system and hypothalamus, as observed in the monkey we used for testing. The monkey shrieked and thrashed in rage for the first few days after it was exposed, and then it became quiet, observant, and uncannily intelligent. It's certainly aggressive, but then again, which viruses aren't? So they were giving the mold. That's why it said the food was going bad. They were giving the mold to the people, and that's what caused the aggressiveness. No, we've officially lost control of the deck. Eden now truly belongs to the beasts. We've seen strange things. I watched as the fungus took control of the deck, as it spread through the staff, and much to my shame I watched their deaths and examined their bodies. Nobody can cross the pods because the bugs are so aggressive that when Solomon went through in a rat suit, they ripped it from his body and stung him to death. It took mere moments. Still, I live in the hope that the insects will remember me, their creator, and perhaps see me as one of their own. You are mentally ill. From Dr. A. Tenshu. Dr. Gray, I do not wish to seem unprofessional or impolite, but I will ask that you not press me on the subject of my ancestry any further. I was nearly refused entry to medical school on the basis of my family's background, and the torment I suffered at the hands of my school peers regarding my great-great-uncle was unbearable. I am fully aware of his actions, and I've seen countless photographs and documents of the consequences of his work. I took this position to change our world for the better, not to be reminded of the skeletons in my family's closet. I've enjoyed our working relationship thus far, Dr. Gray, but I prefer my family history not longer be a topic of our conversations. Thank you for your understanding. Akiza. Dr. Gray, I enjoyed our meal yesterday. It was refreshing to hear a man so outspoken on this ship. I appreciate your candor, and I do agree that perhaps it's time the board was shaken up a little. Although this is merely an observation rather than an action plan, I think the top leadership needs some new blood. I'd second you if you decided to take on that challenge yourself. Your impeccable scientific pedigree more than qualifies you, by the way. Period. By the way, did you know where they were keeping that new cargo? It seems rather like a waste of resources if they won't even tell us where it is. Evil people. No, back. Back. Exit. Report. The vaporizer, the perfected MK5 model of a cane compressor trans-state modifier. Using advanced and unique molecularization technology, the vaporizer has the ability to shift a targeted substance between gas, liquid and solid states without any of the structural breakdown seen in objects shifted between states on a regular basis. The MK, the Model 5, is the latest model, but it hasn't yet been rolled into mass production because of the current difficulty fueling the vaporizer with resources of the on board of the Groom Lake. Recent experiments undertaken were more than satisfactory, and it passed the cane safety and security test with no adverse effects causing harm to the user observed. It has been graded level 4 because of the specific nature of its technology and the limited quantity of existing vaporizers. Doing an experiment recently carried out on the royal jelly produced by hydroponics. Dr. Gray and another observers commented on the remarkable speed at which the jelly was transformed into gas, thus placating their insect population.
Vaporizer chamber compromised. Chamber is not airtight.
Okay. We may have to find a way of making the chamber airtight. This... Well, that's it in this room. I'm gonna go to the other side room. Oh Lord. I have a bad feeling about this. Let's die.
Oxygen levels increasing.
Yep. Oh my god. Choked it straight up. Holy shit. That's crazy. Okay. I'm gonna consider that I can't go there yet.
Are you fucking kidding me?
What?
It's some sort of insect.
Keep your distance.
It's tied up. Doesn't look like it can get loose.
Tied up. How big is it?
Very. They're teating it. Swollen milk sack? Ah, can I pet that dog? A mottled abdomen, swollen egg sac, or plump milk gland, possibly all three. Semi-organic suction cups were custom designed to harvest this creature's excretions. I love excretions! Can I pet that dog? No, I can't pet that dog. I can't pet that dog.
Are you fucking kidding me?
What?
It's some sort of insect.
Keep your distance.
It's tied up. Doesn't look like it can get loose.
Tied up. How big is it?
The series of struts hold the grotesque creature in place. Milk processor. This receptacle stores the processed milk. Okay. First and foremost, The tree has been pierced in various spots by these two tubes. As you watch, the milk travels sluggishly through them and into them. A tree! A tall, strangely shaped tree grows out of housing space in the floor. Milk from the creature is being fed into the tree by a pair of tubes. Hardened amber. Amber trickles from the trees, but if most of it has hardened into an incredibly tough compound.
It doesn't work like that.
Are you sure about that? The overgrown vines are no less dense in this room. These tanks exist to collect what is being milked from the brood. Don't call her a brood. That's not nice. She's not a brood, she's a lovely friend. Oh, praise God Almighty, I couldn't be happier. Dr. Gray took me to one side and told me that I was the only person who had the skill and ability to take control of the nursery. He promoted me on the spot and said that I was now personally responsible for the queen. The royal jelly that she produces has proved to be incredibly useful. I discovered through my own analysis that not only is the jelly an essential nutrient for the insect population, but that it has other amazing physical properties too. It accelerates molecular bonding in certain substances, acting as a thickener for many natural substances, while also regenerating their natural properties. With some engineering, I imagine we could turn this into a true medical breakthrough. I imagine doctors in hospital wards on Earth using our bonding agent to heal wounds instantly. Perhaps finally the Tenchu name will be revered in medical history instead of reviled. The Queen is a temperamental little thing, a fiery lady to be sure. Ah, but Queenie, you forget. I grew up in a family with more than one fire-breathing dragon. If I can handle my mother, I can certainly handle you, huh? Although when she is milked, she's rather docile. I dare say she's rather attached to me. I'm sure I heard her purring at me. That's the only way I can describe it. I'm aware that she's a bug and all, but it sounded rather like approval. My parents kept hives of bees, so I never been squeamish over insects, and I can tell the difference between aggression and favour. I'm still the only person who can get close without being bitten, and her bite can leave one hell of a mark, let me tell you. Hodgkins said he'll report his side effect upon his return from sick leave. In other news, Dr. Mirik, one of Dr. Gray's subordinates, has requested samples of the jelly for experiments with his tree resins. He thinks it may have a use as an industrial adhesive. This is a little way from my original intention, but I do suppose it's a start. I try so hard to be positive, to be the person whose enthusiasm never once flags nor fails. But when you start hearing rumors that appall you to your very core, I try to shrug it off, but recently it's become harder to deny it. I've been hearing sounds from the elevator shafts, the sounds of a wailing infant crying out in pain before suddenly being silenced. That is no rumor. Sometimes I lay awake at night and I swear I can hear the crying of children. I can't be dreaming. I saw in Grayshuk to confess my fears. He gave me a prescription to help me sleep, but something in his eyes said that he knew I was hearing something real. And worse, it was something he was hearing too. More rumors. Dr. Milan is using children in his research. I have to ignore it. If it were true, Kane would remove him immediately. Surely. Even Dr. Gray appears to find it an uncomfortable subject for discussion, and this is a man who slept easily when Isaac got his left cheek torn off by the Queen. Is Dr. Gray short of staff again? Once again, I'm being forced to manage multiple projects, only this time it's an examination of an acutely destructive new spore that seems to have infected a few of the pots. First observations: it's a parasitic fungus that grows faster than a common weed, and like a common weed, I feel it should be destroyed, but I know that Dr. Gray won't do it. He, like the many of the other senior doctors, see any new species as something to be exploited or weaponized. In the darkness something stirs. I can't say what. I'm too afraid to find out what it is. When Ivan and Theo disappeared a month back, we assumed they'd somehow deserted. That was the official stance taken by Dr. Milan and the board anyway. Last night last night's events prove that there is something on board with us, though God knows where it is from. The Queen was more rambunctious than I've ever seen her before, and milking her was certainly more challenging than I'm used to. Edmund was assisting. We've been short on staff, and some of our volunteers are simply just refusing to show for work. The Queen's environment has been disturbed a great deal, and so her violent tendencies are pronounced. Edmund was on his way out of hydroponics when it happened. Something pulled him into one of the air ducts. I didn't see much. I saw him walking towards the decontamination chamber, and the next moment his legs were kicking the ass, whatever it was, dragged him up into the ceiling while he squealed like a pig. I'm resigning tomorrow. I did not sign for mad science. I came to Kane to serve humanity and to clear my family's name, not to watch my crewmates be slaughtered by a species that Dr. Valan refuses to confirm or deny. I will finish reading this and go to the bathroom and get more water. If only I'd resigned when I said I would. If only they hadn't ignored my demands to have the infernal fungus destroyed. It's growing over me now, over my skin. It's burrowing in my flesh. The insects attack again today, and it seems to only worsen. Dr. Gray was destroyed by a swarm of denim, and now he is only fertilizer for that ever-ravenous mold he was so curious about. The uninfected are making an attempt to escape. This doesn't include me. The emergency flares keep the bugs away. I told them to give me the flare to hold back the bugs so they could get away. I hope they can escape soon. The fungus is making my head feel funny. I'm sure I can feel it growing through my ear canal. Ew! Azika. This is from Dr. Gray. Could you please stop the ridiculous pranks with your group insist on carrying out in the fertilization chambers? I will admit that they are hardly dangerous, but they are undignified. I certainly wouldn't like to be present when a Kane inspector stumbles upon young Theodore racing in front of the Queen, hands above his head while shouting, "I'm covered in bees!" It is unprofessional. Please instruct them to cease their foolishness at once. Kind regards. Akiza, don't worry, I don't think that you're losing your mind. Ghosts are a possibility, but I suspect what you're hearing is perhaps the sound of the biases playing in other parts of the ship. I do believe at the moment that the corporeal world and spirit world are very much divided. So try to calm yourself. If you would like, I can talk to someone in cargo storage about those sounds, but I wouldn't worry about it. This island is full of noises, but pay them no mind. For once I'm quoting Shakespeare and not the Bible. Get some sleep and maybe do fewer night shifts. Monday, healthy, docile, responsive to stimuli, milking as normal. Tuesday, no activity. Healthy, heightened aggression, recommended milking with only experienced staff, no activity. Healthy, highly aggressive, 3 personnel wounded in the milking. Healthy, quiet, unusual brooding behavior, milking normal. Healthy, aggressive, 1 fatality via venom pouches.
This isn't gonna work.
Okay, so we have the hardened amber.
I can try to make it fit, but it may break.
Okay. So the last section is here. And something about the flares, and also the mean, it's not going to be as simple as this.
I don't know what I was thinking, man.
Yeah.
No, that won't work.
Yeah, I imagined.
I can't see it working like that.
May I have to, Well, okay, that needs to go there. Can I milk her more than once? I need something to seal this with. Can I... Don't scream. Can I milk her again? Oh, I can. How many times do you reckon I can milk her? Because there was this part on the comment that says that the
Maybe. No.
that it can be used for that. Can I slither my...
Maybe if it... No. No,
Can I
that
join
won't
it up?
work.
Can I join it up, baby? Okay, I can activate this without dying.
Oxygen levels increasing.
What do that do?
I don't think that'll work.
This tree is a perfect example of a species that has been gene-tailored for generations to grow perfectly in hydroponic environments on vessels, lunar station and asteroid mining settlements. These vines are winning a slow, methodical war to bend and rip this tree from its root in the floor below. The sprouts of this plant have surged forth, straining to reach the hydroponic lights above. I like hydroponics, it looks beautiful. A growth agent has spurred this section of vine to flourish. It's now half as thick around as the hatch you entered through. Chris Rogers. So this is the guy? No. No, this is a helmsman. The insects swarm in great clusters, their bodies luminous like fireflies. The fan's constant spin sends a heady blend of botanical scents through the room. The fan spins slowly as the vines through the gap in the blades have begun to wrap around it. The observation point towers above the growl pods, providing an incredible view of the lush Eden below. The hanging vine stretches across the room, its tendrils hanging down like a centipede's legs. You can't tell whether it's wrapped around an existing structure or whether it's traveled the distance on its own accord. A soft mechanical inhalation sound is audible here while the tank collects oxygen produced by the room's abundant plant life. So I collected it. Am I missing something? I mean, I can try and do this.
Vaporizer chamber compromised. Chamber is not intact.
Well, mate. I don't know what else to do. Unless there was something here I missed. Not really. I mean, I can... There's some information I can work with. Perhaps I can approach the Queen with the...
It doesn't work like that. I think that would break. I don't think that'll work. Maybe. No.
Right. Do I milk her until she explodes then? What's with this? Okay. So it seems I can milk her infinitely. Which is a statement for sure. Is there a body here? Don't seem like it. I'm not sure what the... what the gameplay is. Nope. I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do. Alright. Again, I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do. Again. Because, like, there don't seem to be a way up. And that's on trigger. And I didn't mean to do that. Hey, Stasis. I'm not mad at the game, by the way. I know I'm stupid. What's this? Nothing. Yeah, okay. So there's like a force field there of bugs. And I need to find a way of making bugs calm. That goes first, beyond anything else. That, or I find flares, which apparently helps too. Flares or fire. I imagine it's the effect of fire rather than the flares. So I should be able to... do anything in this room. Or the other.
I don't think that'll work. I think that would break. No, that won't work. Maybe. No. No, that's ridiculous.
Alright, John, you don't have to tell me like that.
I don't think this will fit. Another locked door.
Can I, perhaps open it?
This isn't gonna work. Maybe.
Nope. I am unsure on how to act now. Some point and click games have a button that show you all interactables in the room. Because, like, there's no other reasoning behind my brain. Like, the other thing I can think of is killing the
Probably
queen.
not a good idea.
But it doesn't seem like I can do that. I'm gonna go to the bathroom and I'll be right back. Because I'm tired. And my brain is tired. So you stay here with the queen, okay? I'll be right back. Hello, gamers of all kinds. I still have no idea what the fuck to do. I mean, I guess if I get too close... Oh no. Can I? Nope. I thought, but my talking wasn't too good. I'm missing something then, and I don't know what it is, and I'm kind of dumbling. I mixed items only once, by the way.
Crazy.
The only time I mixed an item
Crazy.
was the fucking... I'm not gonna complain. I'm not gonna complain. I have no idea what to do. Like, it's obvious I need to fix the vaporizer so I can use it. That is obvious.
I think that'll just break it. Maybe? No. This isn't going to work.
What isn't obvious is how or why.
I can try to make it fit, but it may break.
I mean, you'll have to excuse me. I want to finish the game. So you're gonna have to excuse me, and I'm gonna have to read a guide. I feel stupid, but at the same time, what the fuck, game?
I was too close.
How was I supposed to know this? How was I supposed to know this game? In truth.
It doesn't work like that.
How was I supposed to know that that was going to happen? That is something I have to do. I'm hungry. Feel stupid. Oh, fuck off.
Vaporizer activated.
What is this? Vaporized queen pheromone.
Probably not a good idea.
Can I make more than one? Well, I can have one ready. That's for sure. Oh, I need to put it in the... in here.
I think that'll just break it.
Or not.
I don't think this will fit. I don't know what I was thinking there.
Does this mean I can just walk in because I have the pheromones, or...? Okay, so I can't get this back. I can surely get more milk. Yep. Milk everywhere, baby. Wait, it has another one. Can I maybe do the same thing again? Nope. Right, so I made the pheromone. And now what? Activate vaporizer.
Vaporizer activated.
It's not replaced. Okay. This is about the fungus. Alright. It's not in Grey's Anatomy. I mean, I imagine I have to maybe interact with the box. Ah. Well, I guess that's not what I was supposed to do. Anyway, maybe I need more than just one. Maybe I just didn't wait for long enough. Dunno. I mean, I'm gonna milk her already again. Okay, done. Okay, I'm sorry. Alright, that's another milk.
Vaporizer activated.
That's another batch of pheromones. Can I throw it to the main queen?
I don't know what I was thinking there.
Me either, John. I love this section. Despite the stupid puzzles, it's been quite fun. Because of the milking an insect kind of thing. Do you like do you guys like when I pump the insect off its milk?
These don't go well together. I hate bugs.
Well, that was the way of doing it indeed.
1. Oxygen levels increasing to dangerous levels.
Ew.
Oxygen levels pose a fire hazard. CSEC has been notified.
Well, what if I cause a fire now, somehow?
Vaporizer activated.
Are the bugs somehow capable of fire? I mean, I'm gonna have a bit of everything on my soaking because it's helpful, isn't it? It will be cool to have a limit. So now there's a fire hazard. And what?
Maybe. No,
That's the wrong thing.
I don't think this will fit. I can try to make it fit, but it may break. This isn't gonna work. I don't know what I was thinking, man.
Me neither, John.
I don't think that'll work.
Can you call the bugs again? Nope.
No, that won't work.
I haven't been told to do this, by the way. I'm just doing it. And I don't know what this is. So that's fun.
Maybe if it... No, that won't work.
Can I retransform the pheromones to something else?
Vaporizer activated.
Probably not a good idea.
Don't seem like I can. So either I'm missing, either I'm missing a component, or I am missing a brain. Again. Okay. Oh. Nope.
I think that'll just break it.
That's the fucking idea. Make a spark.
I can try to make it fit, but it may break.
Oh, there's more this way. For fuck's sake.
It's beautiful.
The oxygen garden's my favourite part of any ship. Green, full, natural.
The vines surround this body so completely that you're surprised that when you notice it still draws breath. Unconscious, the soul must have been resting for a while, unless the vines grew incredibly quick. Yeah, these are the depths, likely. Every so often, the overflow from this collection pool spills into the human form below, anointing its face with water. The leaves hanging near the fan rustle softly as they sway slowly in the breeze. What? Oh, the condensation not collected by the pool covers the surface of the room, dripping down the walls and leaving the air heavy with humidity. The leaves hanging near this fan rustle softly as they sway slowly in the breeze. Bird and plant life covers nearly all the surface in the room. This breach spans a pair of observation platforms. Oh. Don't seem to be able to get there. I am able to get here. The vine ripples like the sinews of a giant's arm. The vine continues to grow, the metallic supports that won't last much longer. The recessed lights around this door glow faintly, indicating that it's still powered up.
Oh, God.
Algae has left scum over the surface of the water of this stagnant pool. The vines are thick and twisted. The thick muscular vine seems to pulse with life. If it grows any more, the metal supports beneath it will collapse. This growth twists upward like a horned blemish bursting forth from skin. Its surface is firm but porous, different from the vines and the trees surrounding it. Like the millions of silky steel wires in the suspension cable, the vines here have braided themselves so densely that the corridor is completely blocked. The vines form a lush carpet that covers the rough metal flooring. Can I get there without dying?
I can't see it working like that. Maybe. No, that won't work.
She's encrusted with fungus and vines. A human nerve center for the twisting grows around her, appalling she is still alive.
I could get you out. I could cut you free.
is gracious and merciful, slow to anger and great in loving kindness. The Lord is good to all. Slow to anger, sorry. I simply wish his kindness had extended to Chelsea. The galley chef told me that a few of the other crew members are uncomfortable with having an RGA patient on staff. I asked if her work was in any way below standard, at which point he grew uncomfortable and admitted exactly as I thought. No, she was a superb worker, but his team were uncomfortable with her anyway. Being a geneticist and a Christian may appear contradictory to most, but that is the burden, not mine. I believe in grace and mercy. It wasn't Chelsea's fault she was born with an ARG baby. James, my ex-husband, blamed me. James wanted her terminated, and when I refused, he packed up and left. That suits me. I'd rather be without a loving husband and father than without my beautiful child. And she is beautiful, a gift from God. And for a ship full of the most supposedly forward-thinking people in the galaxy, their aversion to her condition repulses me. What is ARG? Argentinian? Arginase 1 deficiency, or IRG1D, is a genetic disorder caused by lack of an enzyme called arginase 1, or ARG1. It breaks down the amino acid arginine in the liver. An ARG1 deficiency primarily causes symptoms in the nervous system, such as seizures, delays in development, and difficulties with walking. Trouble with eating and weight gain, and smaller than normal head size may also occur. Okay, thank you, Child Neurology Foundation. Tolerance and patience are virtues greatly praised by the Lord, but aboard the Groom Lake I find my stores of both these virtues sorely tested. I discovered through one of my subordinates that a new shipment had arrived on board a few days ago, destined from Project Seed. My disapproval of the dangers of Seed are not secret. Considering the size of the shipment and the clear attempt to cut me out the loop regarding the delivery, I suspect some of my colleagues are trying to mask the precise nature of what it is that has arrived. If it is as I suspect, there will be no, and I mean no, lengths I will not go to in order to depose Dr. Mellon. Kane Corporation is a company for the promotion of the sciences, not for the sinister schemes and unprincipled ambitions of individuals. I have moral issues with Kane and their weapons research. It tests my faith, but Kane's medical breakthroughs have changed the world, and my world too. It's because of Kane-created research that Chelsea is even alive. This is why I do what I do. I work in genetics to find cures for my dearest Chelsea and others like her, not for money. It is my job to put things right for her. I had lunch with Dr. Gray this afternoon. He is an odious little man and utterly misanthropic. But if you need somebody to talk about Project Seed, then there are a few people who give information more easily. His ego easily outweighs his sense of confidentiality. I don't know how to speak, have you noticed? Project leaders and project members are not allowed to discuss details of individual projects, but he can't resist himself. Nevertheless, he revealed disturbing details. I am aware of our sample origins. We need human genetic material in order to develop cures for human beings. It's a hard truth, but there's paperwork, permission forms and contracts that create the supply. That shipment has none of those things. They're children. Oh God, in all your great mercy, how can you let Malin, that unholy monster, do this? It's taken months, but finally I found a young cargo worker named Danica Boxer. She was referred to me by Dr. Tenshu, such a sweet girl. It seems that cargo was a combination of adults and children, all of whom were acquired through illegal channels for use in genetic research. I did not agree to this. I'll leave this place and take Chelsea with me before I spend 1 minute more working for a company that endorses the use of children in research. There are not enough words to describe the soulless creatures that did this. Revenge? I don't believe in revenge. Beloved, never avenge yourself, but leave it to the wrath of God. For it is written, vengeance is mine, I will repay, says the Lord. Where is she? The creatures are attacking in full force. The screams are over the radio. They're dying. They're all dying. I hear them scuttle through the vents. See the blood they spill and spray over the walls. Chelsea, Chelsea, oh God, please bring her to me. I am trapped in hydroponics. Please let my girl find me. I can't see Chelsea inches from me, lifeless. I contemplated taking my own life as she died just before my eyes. When those creatures attacked the crew, the crew sealed off parts of the ship and I was left trapped in hydroponics. That fungus got me, and now it's inside, profaning my body, its nerves wrapped around my cerebral cortex. I can feel it move. I try to move my arms, but it won't let me. It's making me watch the fungus consume my baby girl. I must watch and pray for the end to come. So then it does not depend on the man who wills or the man who runs, but on God who has mercy. Your comments are most flattering. I suspect, however, that a promotion isn't forthcoming because of the lack of attention paid to our section. Ignorance is frustrating. Our lack of understanding of what takes place at the top of this food chain is great irritation to me. You do seem to be pushing relentlessly for information about this cargo, though, and I'm somewhat uncomfortable discussing it any further. I fear I may have already said too much. For the sake of your career, my dear, I'd suggest continuing your pursuit. You're a fine geneticist, and are clearly one of the most talented people on this ship. Don't let it go to waste. I know that you're a spiritual woman at times and receive a great deal of criticism for this, but I feel I can speak to nobody else. I'm well known for my positivity and cheerfulness, and I believe I've earned my nickname, Dr. Gray's Smile. I am hounded by what I'm hearing on this ship, and wonder if perhaps it's merely induced by my own fears. Oh, to hell with it. I'll ask you straight out. Do you believe in ghosts? You may think that I'm being ridiculous or delusional, but I can hear things. Children crying deep in the bowels of the ship. I work many late nights, and I'm convinced that I can hear crying through the vents. Where are these sounds coming from? I did hear rumors that before the groom lake was refitted, a group of children were brought on board and their quarters were on this deck. There was a malfunction with the heating units and, well, they all died. I don't want to seem like I'm wasting your time, but I enjoyed our talk yesterday and your open-mindedness about the matters of the soul. Kind regards, Akiza.
I'm gonna help you. I'm gonna help you end this. But you need to help me first. I don't need you to leave. I need you to crack this flare. The oxygen will ignite. Then you will die.
Extreme external temperatures detected. Plug suit has regulated body temperature to benchmark level.
The fire systems just went haywire over here, John. What did you do?
I cleared the vines.
With a flamethrower?
Something like that.
Definitely something like...
Fire in Oxygen Gardens 1, 3, 5, 6, 9.
all of them.
Fire in Oxygen Gardens 2, 7, 8. Fire suppression system activated. Warning. Fire suppression system compromised. Warning.
Shit! Oxygen production has been compromised. Are the biomes still intact? Oh God, please don't say you burned them out.
Just the one on this level.
It's cause and chain reaction, John. They're all going up. We have a time limit now. Hours at most.
Let me get my daughter right now.
No, I can't see the Queen. Rest in peace, Queen. I have a feeling that's not going to be your daughter.
You little shit! What have you done?
Listen to me.
Fire cleanses. Mr. Marichek, I'm gonna make sure you burn for what you and your friends have done to me. To my own!
No, please. I have nothing to do with this.
You won't get much further. Goodbye.
Where is she, Tia? Where is Rebecca?
She's in the containment area at the other end of Seed.
This high-voltage wireless pad provides a portable energy source for engineers and mechanics.
Looks like this place is being expanded.
Seed was always expanding. That place scares me.
Thanks.
Sorry.
The floodlight illuminates the work area efficiently, giving off much-needed heat. Much needed, considering what we just went through. This area seems to have been undergoing renovation. At least it's not a planet-side elevator filled with advertisement screen. As with many of the surfaces, the elevator shaft has been wrapped in a protective covering. Contamination is a concern here. Most of the room has been covered in heavy-duty plastic sheeting. Dangling wires resemble nooses. The lithium-ion fuel cell provides high-density energy storage and remote wireless charging. Thank you for the ad. A large metal scaffold spans the room's width. That's it. The smooth surface of the metal toolbox is punctuated by shiny metal pop rivets. Hi. Well, I don't have that. Do I? Oh, clicked out of the game, sorry. Okay. Oh, that's a door.
Warning. Halothane hepatotoxicity is at an elevated level.
I didn't expect that.
Where is she, Tia? Where is Rebecca?
She's She's in a containment area at the other end of the sea.
This place is being
That music is
expanded.
very loud.
Always expanding. That place scares me.
Thanks.
Sorry.
Maybe. No. I don't think that'll work.
I'm gonna save here, but I know it's gonna do dog shit. Let's try and do that again. Can we move in the...
Warning.
Oh, yes, we can.
Yellow thing hepatotoxicity is at an elevated level.
The words. I can't even.
What do you see?
What kind of a monster would do this? These women. These poor women. This is torture. This is.
Science.
That's a lot to fucking take in. Sedated in the chair is a woman in her mid-30s, head shaved, limbs atrophied, tumescent in pregnancy. She's connected to the machine that feeds and sedates her. She's trying to communicate, but her words are little more than slurred vowels. Her throat is dry and she is clearly extremely weak. You remember seeing Renaissance-era sculptures of nuns in Holy Communion, their eyes rolled back, bodies contorted in ecstatic agony. There's a hint of that expression across the unconscious woman's face.
These women must have families and lives.
You can't do anything for them now. Soon the ship will run out of oxygen. They won't be in pain for much longer.
A second in this place is more torture than anyone should bear.
Just breathe in and out. Soon you'll wake up from this.
You know, I like John. As a character, I like him.
I'm here to help. I'm gonna help you. Just close your eyes.
They don't look human.
Hybrids?
I can't tell.
The horror of this enlarged fetus's sac is matched only by the horror within its fleshy walls. The awful engorged placenta hangs like a ripened fruit. The fluid sac rocks gently to and fro, containing neither a human nor animal, but a medical marvel nonetheless. The sac of organic matter sways peacefully in its slumber, punctuated by a pulsating movement from within. There is a calmness about the suspended womb, but the pungent smell of amniotic fluid makes prolonged observation unbearable. An organic pulsating fluid sac holds the fetus, an external placenta. There is something noticeably peculiar about this artificial placenta. On closer inspection, these are tiny, ragged apertures across its... There are tiny, ragged apertures across its surface, almost as it's been eaten from within. A network of tubes and intravenous lines attach the woman to the nutrient vats, like a series of umbilical cords. Tubes convey the nutrient and mixture from the machines connected to the woman over the brute against the wall. A wheeled stretcher to transport the sick and injured easily, but to where? Disconnecting these poor women from the machines and wheeling them away on this gurney will be an easy choice if it weren't the fact that such an act will surely kill them. A strange black goop from the birthing table drains away to the floor. A fine mist sprays down, anointing the bodies of the women below. Although it is only a wall of gorges, they cluster and protrude like the offspring birth on a Suriname toad's back. That's a very cool image, if you know what that means. The thing inside the incubator is an anathema to nature. The poor creature shall not exist, and what life it shows is reluctant and painful. The terminal appears to be unlocked and ready. The defibrillators used in the case of birth complications.
A defibrillator. And it looks like it's fully charged.
Something dropped from my inventory. Oh, no it didn't. I just have more. Her vital signs are steady, certain hormonal levels are extremely high, but I'm countering this with the judicious administration of the presence in each case. Survival chances very high. She is young, healthy, and there are no signs of any infections or complications capable of disrupting the birth. Recommendations: keep under observation, prepare for phase 1 treatment. The subject, despite her promising early progress, appears to be failing. Supposition is that she cannot withstand the foreign genetic structure that is being fused into her body. Typical signs of rejection are being displayed. Recommendations: observe for an additional 24 hours. If there are no signs of improvement, then termination and disposal of the patient is recommended. The subject is progressing well as being aesthetically attractive. She has all of the other genetic traits required. Initial concerns about her suitability, voiced by Dr. Milan chiefly due to the number of her sexual partners, have been proven unfounded. She will be a perfect carrier. The hybrid DNA is fusing to my satisfaction. Apart from a small amount of pain, her body appears to be coping with the adjustments. I have prescribed her a steady dose of anesthetic to keep her subdued and comfortable. Since delivery, hybrid subject 302 has been kept inside an incubator due to its respiratory distress. Assisted breathing is required. Cardiac arrest has occurred, and the use of automated external defibrillators has been required to revive the child. I deduce that the conditions of sickliness are due to the late molecular bonding between hybrid and host DNA in the mother. A weak nervous system is also highly likely in this case, but the subject's regenerative abilities can be stimulated with steroids. Conclusion: the child is weak but will survive. The mother is suitable for continued breeding. Update by Dr. G. Mullen, Kane Corporation, all rights reserved. For the eyes of the Kane Board of Directors only. SEED is an attempt to create a ultimate super soldier by, in simple terms, activating junk strands of human DNA. Over the years, the human genome has shed or made dormant certain strands of its own DNA sequence for various evolutionary reasons. Professor Salam Gadund observed that certain dormant parts of these genes were not so much junk as they were potential, that is, genetic information contained and completely sublimated by a dominant gene. Professor Gerund engineered an early life form based on this original theory by introducing this identified genetic strands in the early stages of embryo formation. The initial concept was intriguing, but his ultimate result was a group of uncontrollable animalistic creatures. Version 6 of this proposal is to update the same dormant genes into the human makeup by use of genetic splicing, thereby introducing desirable physical and mental characteristics of regeneration to produce fast learning, hard to kill, and utterly ruthless soldiers. We knew that things were going this way. Somewhat. Oh, my mouse stopped working.
Nah, that's ridiculous. I think that would break. These don't go well together.
Can't we just kill
I don't think that'll work. I don't think that'll work. Probably not a good idea. It
wish I
doesn't
could-
work like that.
throw them? The birthing laboratory, one of Kane Corporation's best kept secrets. The stainless steel sink stands out after successive levels of hell you've traversed. It's equipped with a variety of cleaning agents that are presumably safe for the skin. Nothing can be gained from the empty crates that litter this area. Robot platform. The elevator was constructed to lower its passengers quickly through the darkness below. A technology that provides an energy boost for heavy-duty equipment. Not even a handprint marks the surface of the sparkling clean sink. It may be the type of pre-built cleaning drum. The sheeted canopy leads to a facility named the Mutagen Laboratory. I wonder.
I don't think this will fit.
Alright, no. A hideous agglomeration of flesh and bone, limbs just haphazardly from its... no, jut haphazardly from its mass. It supports a human head that gurgles out of sync with the pulsing of its other parts. This must be what diagnostics experiments are realized. The screens are replete with analytical data about the subjects around you. Results of various tests which you don't understand flash across the screen in a blur. The aftermath of this body's evisceration, you can't tell whether its legs were removed or whether it had any. Do medical schools ever feature bodies that so grossly exhibit their internal organs? One of the failed experiments, a lump of organs held together by wrinkled skin. Why is the fucking music so loud? The music is so loud. One of the failed experiments, a lump of organs held together by wrinkled skin, bone poked through the flesh in spots. Oh, the PDA. Give me a second, Marvin DeSantis. The corpse of a creature hangs preserved. It may have been a twin. Two heads fused together and a pair of spines meet. Each spine wraps around the other like a gnarled mountain range. A standard-looking human skeleton. Liquid nitrogen canister.
How can we allow this?
This is the purpose of the group link. It's not fair. People can't see it, so they don't care.
But if they knew...
So what?
This is the skeleton of what must have been a very large infant. There we go. A report by Dr. G. Mullen, a highly unusual form of rejection such as has not been observed before manifested in this hybrid. It's entirely possible that the mutagenic compounds used to synthesize the hybrid DNA was faulty in this particular instance. Usually with any rejection there is a sign of initial bonding and then a breakdown, but in this case there was absolutely no bonding attempted whatsoever. Given the thoroughness with which we create the DNA, I suspect that the central centrifuge machine for this particular batch was faulty. Repair and maintenance and a maintenance check for the machine is ordered immediately. Recommendation: destroy what remains and also destroy the fetus. It's the ringing is killing my ears. I was probably killing yours. Let me kill the noise for now. Let's put it back at where it was. Let's kill the noise for now, so you don't have to hear it. And I'm going to take my headphones off. Subject died during birth. It can only be surmised that the death was due to a failing in the host, as all reports and tests leading up to the birth show no signs of fetal defect. Upon further investigation of the woman's medical history, it was noted that she experienced complications when giving birth to a child previously. This host will not have been used had this been highlighted. In light of her medical history, I now assume this was the cause of the fetal distress and death of the subject. Note: host has been kept alive and has undergone 1 transfusion. Recommendation: revokes host life support order and dispose of body with hybrid reject C. During the autopsy of Hybrid 604, there were signs of renal failure. It appears the kidneys were unable to process the amino acids required for the breakdown of nutrients. The damage to the liver, stomach, and intestines show the same degenerative patterns. Reason: it's possible that the report of the mother giving birth 3 months prior was in error. Comment: further reports regarding the failure of mutagenic compounds will be finalized later. Are there more stickers and stuff here? No, this looks normal. Oh, slug gun operations manual. Don't have one. Okay. Let's read this. 2 bodies conjoined at the head share 1 brain. It doesn't seem that the brain is up to the task of coordinating movement between the 2 bodies. This appalling distended creature appears to be a hybrid, although of what is unknown. It is not completely human, that much is absolutely certain. And this is another power cell that I can't seem to be opening yet. Nope. Right. The scanning bay glows with an eager light. The readout track factors like equipment feedback and resistance thresholds. Nothing here to check. Open to who? The people? Governments? Other corporations? At what cost? A bit of her humanity, I suppose. Can you hear me? Do you know where you are? It's probably going globally. A recent blood discharge hints that this life form isn't viable in the long term. Okay, Clifford Blackman. They say that never make it to 60, huh? 85, you fuckers! All of them still cooking with gas. 3 bastard kids and I outlived them all. Okay, so I was young when I had them. Those girls never even knew that I was the father, of course. I had to switch the DNA sample so they didn't know the little shits were mine. I'm too old for all that, but you never completely lose your eye for ladies. I may have false teeth, Dr. Malan, but I'm no moron. For the good of humanity, I'm a sociopath, an alleged rapist of women, but your little speech to the crew was less sincere than anything I could say with a straight face. At least you get... I'm gonna die. At least you know how to turn a blind eye whenever I have to get rid of troublesome subjects, right, Malan? The new gas for the chambers is working splendidly. An improved kill rate of 60% of the old formula. I watch this poor fuckers writhe and die. We have a viewing window now. Just so we can make sure it's done. If I were a mortal man, I'd call it perverse. It's lucky for Project Seed that I couldn't give a shit. I thrive when I don't have to answer to everyone with a conscience. This will not do, not at all. I need more subjects. The rejection ratio of the DNA splicing is stratospheric, so not only do I need more bodies, but I need better ones. They bring me imports and strays, but the best results are achieved with crew members. One cannot prey too often on those, of course, no matter the need. My chosen ones were always those who wouldn't be missed. The furnaces are inadequate for my disposal requirements. I'm told they're so hot that they could destroy dark matter. They seem slow to respond with burning flesh through, and the smell is hardly pleasant either. It reminds me of that injured dog that I found as a little boy growing up in Missouri. It looked at me with a pleading look, the kind of sick patient gives a doctor when they trust absolutely. Naturally, I stomped on the mongrel's head. It was a mercy. There are too many in society who have a similarly damaged disposition. It's a kindness to snuff out their worthless lives. This is actually crazy. I must get more pathway. The little prick DeSantis is usually more than forthcoming with his ingredients, but he says his own suppliers are having problems. I know you, DeSantis. I know you're not a real doctor. I know the kind. I have 5 PhDs and can tell when men have been hired for their instincts rather than their knowledge. Meanwhile, the cutting and splicing continues. Oh, and Charlotte, we all know about your little experiment, you stupid bitch. First, she kills her partner by accidentally exposing him to a lethal virus, and then she goes gaga for him. That's the sort of beautiful incompetence that slays me. I spent years perfecting the art of the kill, making a murder appear mishap, and she went and did it all completely by accident. What perfect nonsense. Oh my god. I held the subject down today and used my surgical hammer to cave in his wine pipe. Then I gouges out his eyes and try to rip his jaw from its socket. My goodness, what an outburst! I am becoming careless. I need more pathway. Dr. Malin is starting to worry that my tendencies cannot be controlled. He need not worry, I'm still focused on Seed. Seed is still just that, a seed. But this chrysalis will soon break open and blossom. The successful breed Ormonovi wait in the containment cells, while their unsuccessful brethren reduce the viral mulch that's already breached the containment cells of the sheep. Grow. Its genetic makeup might be a little more than trash, but it's astoundingly tenacious. I have to respect that, which kills with such efficiency. I woke up in the emergency room today. Somebody found me on the stairs. I can't remember much. What I do know is that both my fucking legs are up in casts. I better get comfortable because Dr. Grammy says I'll be in here for at least a month. We die as the Novi cut us down, but I'm not ready to be replaced by a new species. Our creations are impressive, but I don't share Milan's fanaticism for what is happening here. I must try to make sure one of the lifeboats is available for me. A shame there was not another for that delectable young thing. What was her name? Callista? I would have liked to have her around when this ship was going to hell. She's dead, however. How unfortunate. I may be old, but I'll tear anyone who tries to stop me from leaving apart at the limbs. I have survived police investigation, court cases, vengeful spouses, and idealistic lap hands. I will gut any shitbag trying to prevent my escape, and that includes you, Malin. I will jab out your eyeballs and eat them before I submit to you. He is, out of his fucking mind. There's nothing in the PDA, right? Not really. DeSantis. Man, that bitch from shipping won't get off my back. You fuck a girl real good and she just comes crawling back. If she doesn't get out my hair, I'll have her moved off ship. Dr. Malin is a prick, but he looks after me like that. I gotta say, bringing on Project Seed is awesome, man. Okay, so we gotta do some pretty noxious shit, but in exchange I got a lot of protection and a honorary title. Dr. DeSantis. I like it. Dr. Mullen knows about my contacts and private cargo that arrives on board, and I know he hates it. But there ain't nobody else prepared to work under Dr. Bachman. That guy is one twisted fuck. And also one of my best customers. I get imports, sure, but my own private lab is what manufactures Bachman's pathway shit. Funny, I never realized how dependent these smart asses of science are on drugs. Not me! Personally, never touch the stuff. You gotta have your wits about, man, especially around here. Wow, Dr. Williams. Charlotte. I never would have figured that uptight woman was a slut, but holy hell, she just gave me the ride of my fucking life. Who'd have thought it? Slink lays under that lab coat of hers, and for a woman in her mid-40s, a body that makes you want to get on your knees and howl at the moon. Against the table, pressed up against the viewport windows on top underneath, like a freaking rattlesnake. Of course she's Looney Tunes. Probably thinks I'm her dead husband or something. Like I care as long as she keeps coming to me to fulfill her needs. Crazy but smart, and she has no idea how much I know about her little project. I saw the details. People just think I am a small-talking smartass, but I have been training on the Groom Lake since I was 16. I studied chemistry and genetics, aced all of it too. She thinks I'm so stupid to understand. Thinking I could have gotten myself in too deep here. The drug thing was fine, but this whole industrial espionage thing is kind of freaky. I don't think Dr. Milan knows. Sorry. The lots of talking and lots of breathing in makes me have a lot of air in my belly, and it needs to come out. I know Lincoln watches me with an eagle eye, but he can't know for sure. If he did, he'd eject my ass from the ship with the rest of the failed hybrids, but goddamn, the money is good. I earned my year's salary by sending some info to Blackstar Industries. My contact gave me more money than I could conceive for leaking one report. One! I met the guy while I was on a leave. He was a smug dickhead who somehow knew what I did, and then he flashed the cash. I've got no loyalties to the company, and I know how Dr. Mullen treats loyal staff. That guy can turn on a dime when it suits him. I've heard of weird shit going on down in the decks below, and Seed has me feeling it'll be soon the time to get the hell out of Dodge pronto. One or two more reports might just give me what I needed. Nobody knows about my little acts of espionage, but who'd care? This ship is falling apart. Some of those fucked up things that Bachman and Mullen made are on the prowl. I stashed away my cash as soon as I heard things were going wrong. But money ain't gonna make a split's worth of difference if we all get killed. Mullen's talking all this way too calmly. Actually, I'd say he's enjoying all this. He came into the lab this morning. He still makes his report to the lab, and was grinning the whole damn time, his eyes all red like he was coming down from a high. That guy does not need drugs for a high. His general fucked upness is what he writes, and here was me thinking Bachman was the crazy one. It's just us. Oh god, not even Bachman's around now. Charlotte was dragged away to the labs a few days ago. We're sealed off from the other decks. I reckon it's only a matter of time before Mullen decides to do something about me too. I've been living on the ship for years. I know about hidden passages that even Mullen doesn't know about. I'll get over the communications array and let off a signal. Hopefully they'll get us before Dr. Mullen finds out. Alright. This guy is psycho, and the other guy is psycho too. Let's get you the noise back. There you go. So I'm guessing I can get here too. That doesn't feel like it, actually. Is there anything I can do?
I don't know what I was thinking there.
I imagine there has to be a way of taking out the robot. Well, I can wash the bandages. Whatever that's for. Did I? Oh! And making it wet. So I'm guessing now when it comes, I need to put the defibrillator and shake it up.
Easy does it. God, I just hate it. Out. Got it.
I don't know what I got, but I got it. Twisted metal.
I can't see it working like that.
Me neither, man. Oh. Wait, can I unplug the sink?
Warning. The oxygen atmosphere generator system is no longer functioning. Product failure is imminent.
Product. No, it doesn't seem... Yeah, I can't... It doesn't seem like I can't get the bandage again. So this sink is here for another reason. I also lost the defibrillator. So, yep. No, I can't even interact with it. I imagine this bad. John, you know you don't have to run around.
Nah, that's ridiculous. This isn't gonna work. These don't go well together.
I have no idea. I have no idea what the pots are for. I have no idea what I can do. I can help this woman. Maybe the reasoning is,
Probably not a good idea. I think that'll just break it.
I have no idea. At least the robot's dead.
I think that'll just break it. Maybe. No.
I have no idea what that fucking stick is gonna go do before. I'm not gonna lie, I'm starting to feel psychopathic myself.
That won't work. I don't know what I was thinking there.
There's obviously like a specific key thing that I have to get. to be able to open those up. But I'm like, dude, what the hell?
This isn't gonna work.
Where is the mist even coming from?
I don't know what I was thinking there. I don't know what I was thinking there.
Well, I also don't know. What are we thinking of? Because the computer terminal has nothing.
It doesn't work like that.
High temperature slug gun.
I can try to make it fit, but it may break.
I have no idea what I'm supposed to be doing.
I don't think this will fit. I don't think this will fit.
No, that's not what I wanted to do. Like the other way is perhaps stepping on this. That'll do something. I have no fucking idea what do they want me to do? The game is obscenely the game is obscenely obscure sometimes. This is stupid. This escapes logic. So I have to use the nitrogen canister on the airlock. And then I have to use the high temperature slug gun. How is this any obvious at all? I actually wonder, how is this any obvious at all? How am I supposed to know that this is the thing I have to do? Like, I know it's a point and click game and a puzzle game, but what is the puzzle here? What am I supposed to, how am I supposed to know that's the thing I have to do? Right? It has fallen from the operating table only to crawl around in aimless peregrination, no doubt delirious. It appears immobile, but its head frequently scanned the room. A frightening thin creature courtesy of Kane Corporation. They're like screaming, help me. Protective plastic sheeting spans many of the operating bays, not for modesty purposes, but to limit the splatter range. The room design wisely included 2 fluid drains. The twin-valve fluid drainage system is a small piece of design, keeping the 2 fluids separate. It's moving but seems to be unaware of its surroundings, or it could simply have accepted its fate. Headache, sorry. Not headache, ear moment. The machine attached to the drip is on and configurable, although it is far from ready to use. Both bodies barely show signs of life. It is tiny, clinging onto life by only the finest thread. It is not a pleasant sight to watch something so small on the fine line between life and death. This body has wasted away to a little more than sinew. The creature strains at its bindings. It seems healthy, though judging by the fury in its eyes, it's far from pleased. There's more towards that direction. You've nothing to say about it, John?
This shit is straight out of the eugenics war. I taught this in my history class. All of this research will be lost. Does that mean that this was for nothing?
For nothing.
Especially their eyes.
Don't get too close.
Too late. I have a bad feeling about this. Sorry, give me a second. Holy shit, they're sucking his soul out. The computer hums with activity, processing petabytes of essential body data. Surprisingly antiquated considering the surroundings, but the appearances can be deceiving. A freestanding data hub made for pharmaceutical companies. When there's much data processing, overheating is common. These machines must use the nitrogen-based coolant to keep the computer systems running smoothly. An array of computer screens hangs above. A complex user rig is dormant and waiting a trained medical technician. What will require such intense monitoring from this highly technical rig? Oh Lord, more PDAs. It pulls, seems steady. Its pulse. The monitors are dark, only to be awakened when it's time for an operation. The creature squirms in its medical restraints, great black eyes and sunken grey face, with glare with malice.
Don't go any further. I'm warning you now.
How could you do this?
I do with my children as I see fit.
It's barbaric.
Spare me the pity of the righteous. Your daughter owes her life to me.
What do you know about Rebecca?
ARG was good on this ship, Mr. Marichek. Cancer, HIV, Ebola. I eliminated them all. Her life is mine to do it as I choose. Oh yes, I know about everything, Johnny boy. I know about your daughter, and all about your wife. You are accountable.
We jammed his signal, John. You need to hurry. We're close.
Let's hurry by reading PDAs. They fear the unknown. Wait, no. The new year begins, the wheel turns, and the crewmate continues to lead the vanguard of scientific discovery. This is Melon. For all humankind, yet I feel dissatisfied even as the peons who work under me celebrate the new year. I wonder why. Why will you celebrate such an asinine concept as an outdated Gregorian calendar on a ship that's currently swimming through the depths of space? The reason is clear: comfort. They fear the unknown, the alien, the impossible. I do not. I embrace the unforgiving cosmos with open arms. This is wrong. Mullen, you're misconstruing. The problem with the research we do is the humans doing it, constrained as they are by conscience, remorse, and sometimes even fear. We try to grasp the infinite and give it a framework that ill fits its cosmic splendor. This is my 10th year as a special projects director working for Kane Corporation. Despite my discoveries and quest for knowledge, I'm held back at the very turn by paperwork moralizing scientists. Moralizing scientist, and that group of degenerate toadies that I sit on the board with. If I were rid of them, then my word will be God. My word, not the word of a corporation. Still, they have their users. Their research is founded by Kane, and the Groom Lake is kept running by the money and personnel they provide. But the time will come when all this changes. You mark my words. The game is very loud, I know. I'm sorry. I can't do much else, like right now, I can't do much else at all. I'm inundated with emails from all departments about inconsistencies with storage and contaminated samples. This grind masquerade is sometimes more tedious than it's actually worth. Worst of all was Dr. Way and that technician, Miss Callister, is it? I'd normally make short work of such troublemakers, but it hardly seems worthwhile. Troublemakers must be allowed to make trouble, because if they disappear, that legitimizes their claims and somebody will always take up the fallen Crusader's torch. Sorry. Dr. Bachman's tendencies are becoming harder to restrain. I am well aware of his shortcomings. The old man is as brilliant as he is deranged, yet he manages to go about his work with a sociopathic glee. He's useful to have around. He has requested more bodies for a seed, specifically more women who were recently pregnant. That is problematic, as we have very few such women on board and imports are not easy to come by. We may have to play this one under the radar. That fool Dr. Gray complained yet again about his beloved insects becoming more aggressive as a result of the power outages. So what? Let them spill out onto the decks as far as I'm concerned. The importance of seed outranks the hydroponics project work by 1,000 to 1. I do like playing chess with Dr. Gray, of course. I win every damn time. A little fact is unlikely to tell anyone, although he does seem quite happy to contact anyone who's interested with the opinion that he'd be the next best candidate for my job. Sebastian, you will not handle what I do. If you believe otherwise, then you're as great a fool as I imagine you to be. When the day that I foresee comes, your rotten corpse will be under my feet, and I will laugh. Dr. Williams is under the delusion that I don't know about her personal research. Officially, it's illegal for staff to conduct their own research, but this is interesting. Recreating her dead lover in the form of a hybrid? How fascinating! If it works, I'll make use of it. If it doesn't, then I'll burn with the rest of the rejects. The woman is obsessed, and I know that the center is playing no small part in feeding her delusions. I know that her secret research won't cause me any problems, or I will never have allowed her on Project Seed. They're all fucking gone. There's none of them that is normal, but the levels of normality get away as the game progresses. So it seems contaminated waste from the core's disposal overspill is contaminating the ship. It's causing fungal growth, or so my various drones tell me. Stop screaming. The fungus is a riveting proposition, though. While I'm angry at Dr. Bachman for terminating more subjects than strictly necessary, these unintended side effects are fascinating. I intimated as much to Dr. Gray and of course stroked his ego with his hints at a promotion and glory. He'll keep the fungus alive. The engineers want it destroyed, but I'm sure we can delay that. This experiment is becoming more engaging by the day, and I haven't even had to lift a finger. So while they clog up my inbox with demands and Rome burns, I plan to play the violin. We're more than secure here anyway, and this has a certain inevitability about it. I must record the daily developments as the experiment grows. As I foresaw, panic, destruction, mayhem, and yet seed continues appeased. Once the fervor and the flame dies down, we'll sweep the decks of detritus and repurpose all of it for my beautiful hybrid creations. No more growing plants for the good of mankind. God is no longer in the machine, my friends. I am God. My beautiful children have excelled themselves. They kill, they learn, they adapt. A primal species without any of the trappings of morality. It's their time now. They almost came to be once, many years ago, but were snuffed out by humanity, afraid of its natural successors. This systematic extermination was given a name, the Eugenics War. The public knew it was a corporate warfare. In truth, it was a coordinated genocide. Humanity wasn't ready for Professor Guerin's astounding discovery and sought to destroy it. His work was not perfect, of course. That's where I came in. So I spent most of my life as part of Kane, trying to access Professor Guerin's original work. The old man Kane pushed me to the top because we shared an ideal. The utilization of science for the perfection of humanity. Where we differed were the methods by which this was to be achieved. Not that he had much more to say after I held that pillow to his face as he lay in his hospital bed. All for a higher purpose. Creation of our species from raw searchers will become impossible now that the crew are dead, dying or unclean, but that's hardly an issue, as any subjects who were flawed or imperfect have been turned into the fertilizer that will nurture the perfection of the surviving race. Now the challenge is moving the Groom Lake out of range of any other ships. No one can be allowed to escape this ship alive. Any good, strong survivals will become members of the new race. I am their creator. I control, I transcend. The Santos, I'm so very disappointed in you. A distress signal? I thought we were with one mind here in seed. I'll castrate and destroy you for this betrayal. Your flawed body is hardly worthy of becoming one of my children, but for now I must turn off this accursed signal. You cannot hide from me, Marvin, you drug-peddling little fuck. I'm gonna die. I've been reassigned to investigate the disappearance and murder of two scientists in the employ of Dr. Malin, a strange matter to be sure. I've been observing the movements of some of these eggheads, and I can't say I'm too impressed. Doesn't anybody around here recall their comings and goings? Or make any notes? There is no traditional organization in this department whatsoever. Project Seed answers to nobody, this I know, but I thought the scientific types always made notes. Not that I care about admin, but I very much care about finding out who's selling weapon-grade secrets. Industrial secrets are a matter of life and death, especially death in this case. My investigation will be thorough, and no stone will be left unturned. The staff here are strange, and in fact, I'd say lots of them are even crazy, but I couldn't care less about that. I just want names and answers. I got this job because I get things done, not because of my warm and caring personality. At the moment, people are taking umbrage to my investigation, but security is a constant and essential part of shipboard life, especially when we're talking about industrial espionage. I'm not sure where the two missing scientists are, but it seems, based on the modified records, I found that they were killed and ejected into space. Any other man would assume that these two were criminals, but I don't buy that. As far as suspects go, I've ruled out Charlotte Williams and Marvin DeSantis. Charlotte because she doesn't know where she is half of the time, and DeSantis because he's just a marking shit for brains. I'm confident that he's involved in drug dealing, and I will give him this. He is cautious, and he acts like he's a real ladies' man. But I know the truth. I've seen him rejected repeatedly at the bar. Since July, I've had to operate under the pretense that I'm an assistant. It's lucky that in my career I had some emergency room experience. The only other person who knows about my true purpose here is Dr. Mellon. He's been encouraging. He constantly supplies me with information that I require for my investigation, and at times is a little over helpful. Still, he seems honest enough. For the record, I'm well aware of the kind of man Dr. Mellon is. I've seen his experiments with my own eyes. I've seen what happens when the bodies are disposed of and the burning fires of the furnaces, but he does what is required to justify the means. There are few men in this world who will do what has to be done. For that I admire him. He told me to watch over Dr. Williams' experiments. It seems they're unofficial, and although I prepared to report to Kane to have her removed from her position, Dr. Mellon immediately overrode my request. I respect him, but to be honest, I don't like having my authority overruled. Bachman, of all people, was sniffing around today. It seems the old psychopath suddenly became curious. I asked Dr. Mellon for further instructions, and he told me to incapacitate him. This I did. A shame I'd had to break the old guy's kneecaps. Honestly, I was hoping to slit his throat, but Dr. Mellon insisted that he remain alive and in pain, but unable to move. I'm revising my earlier option of that the Santos character. I still think he's a pathetic little shit, but I believe he was partly responsible for some of the stolen information. He strikes me as an amateur put up to this by an outside agent. I'll deal with the Santos soon, but first I've got to monitor his movements. Make one move, pal, and I'll have you. Oh, this is the last one. Oh my god. I'm gonna go to bed after this one. We're gonna finish the game tomorrow. I don't care how long it takes. Dr. Mellon has earmarked me for one of his experiments. I know this because when I attempted to leave the ship to report to Kane Corporation, I discovered that my access was restricted and blocked. I came back to my quarters and found Mellon waiting there. He was waiting with two of those hellish critters that he's created. I'm not squeamish, but those things make me nauseous. I'm currently awaiting what he calls processing. I suppose at this stage I shall make peace with God. I've killed many men in my life, and I'll never say that I feel remorse for it. And I won't give Dr. Mellon the satisfaction of hearing me pray for mercy. My last notes on this affair are that of Dr. Mellon himself, is that the heart of the events overboarded the ship. I was blind to it. I refuse to believe that he was capable of creating such devastation. I always thought that scientists like to control, but Mellon breaks all the rules as far as science is concerned. The leaked information, the fungal growth, the missing scientists. I'm beginning to suspect he even knew that DeSantis was actually selling intelligence, and may have fed him the information to sell. To what end, I don't know, but I suspect it was because DeSantis kept Bachman dropped to the eyeballs with whatever powerful stimulants he happened to have, so Bachman could continue his work. I can hear the machines being turned on. I welcome my fate. At least I know that I did my job for Kane Corporation. This observation wall is stained top to bottom with a pleasant array of sticky dried substances.
These don't go well together. I think that will just break it.
Yeah, that's the idea.
I don't think this will fit.
Okay. I'm still going, aren't I? I'm shameless. Oh my god, there's another PDA here. Did I read this one? I like reading, but fucking hell. My throat. Fuck you! Oh, Francis, I still lie awake at night thinking of you. You haunt my dreams, my nightmares, and my fantasies. We found love, dear, even when we worked in Kane's Sydney lab, creating viral strains that could turn a human inside out. We loved and made love. Ours was a match made in heaven. We worked on only the most exciting viruses and pathogens. Our work together was a Mozart requiem, a piece of perfection. My work now is a pale imitation of what it was once. Oh, Francis, how long was it now? It must have been 10 years, but it feels like only yesterday. You were too sick to transfer it to the Groom Lake when I did. You died just as I took up my post. But don't fret, my angel, I began concocting a way of bringing you back to life. I always called you my little Frankenstein, do you remember? Shredding the boundary between life and death was always your ultimate goal. Well, now, with Project Seed entering its second phase, my plans can finally be put into practice. The laboratories are off limits between 2 and 4 a.m., so that's when I work. Naturally, I prepare all of the calculations and machine settings in my quarters, so I keep the subject under a false name in one of the pods. So far, not even Dr. Mullen knows what I'm doing. Each major laboratory operation I perform takes no more than an hour, and I always erase the machine records at the time of each one. I'm using your DNA, my darling, with the enhanced regenerative abilities of the genetic materials we've already synthesized for seed. You will be reborn, but you will be impervious to physical degeneration, immune to sickness and pain. I'll have done what you would have wanted and made you perfect, and when you step healthy and blemished and constituted from your glass womb, you will never leave me again. Things have felt strange lately. My work continues, but I swear, darling Francis, I can feel you watching me. I'm trying to work longer hours to complete the new and reborn you, but it's not easy. Marvin has already had a look at some of my work, I'm sure, as if he'd have any concept of what I'm trying to achieve anyway. I still wonder, my darling, why you cursed me as you died. You know it was an accident. I know you remember that. It wasn't murder. I've never committed a murder, not even when we tested that pathogen on those troublesome neighbors. It was an experiment. How were we to know that they choked to death on their own innards? I suppose death was a possibility, but that's science. I fear for your continued life. I'm afraid Mullen knows. Who else knows? Have they contaminated you? I will run extra tests to make sure your code is not flawed or altered in any way. I'm anxious. I've started scratching my arms badly. At this rate, I may am looking like leprous Toad Backman. Oh, my dearest Francis, I have failed you. Malang knows. He confronted me about it directly. He wants to make you just like them. I cannot have you crawling on all fours like some dog in the street. The very idea offends me. I will protect you with my life. You will be reborn. I swear this on my life. Okay, I have the bone melding glue. This bone melding glue has to be for something, I imagine. Maybe something here.
I can try to make it fit, but it may break. I can try to make it fit, but it may break.
What is the idea here? What bones am I trying to glue?
I think that will just break it. I can try to make it fit, but it may... I don't think that'll work. Maybe. No, that won't doesn't work like that.
Do you know? Birth reports. Oh, here, this one. Lana Daryl Frederick Ney. Subject host Tara Cormick, First Lieutenant Marin Layson. Subject of reservation rambunctious. Subject appears to have inherited her mother's powerful physical build and latent aggression. Lana has the markings of an excellent alpha female candidate. Recommendation: move Lana to group cell as isolation appears to promote irritability. Darry, Willow Brody, nurse, medical deck. Quiet but intelligent, attempted to pick the lock in his cell yesterday, but failed to escape. Excellent puzzle-solving skills, and while not especially aggressive, has a strong build. A thinker, clearly. Subject host, Marie Maxwell. Non-crewmate member, caterer from Phobos. Subject shows little of his mother's solid frame, but is a superb hunter. Stalks and learns tactics by observing the others, appears to be developing a strong tactical mind. Nay. Ellen Marachek. Space jurist. One to watch. Cunning, extraordinarily fast and dangerous. Appears to prefer isolation as attempted pairings result in fatalities. Takes an alpha role easily, dominates the other novi. A definite candidate for Lana's mate. Yeah, man. Fuck. I am shamelessly using a guide now, by the way. Oh, that's stupid.
I think that would break. Maybe. No.
Oh, I get it. I'm stupid. Damn. John, you're gonna fuck up big time, my boy.
Power cell will result in power interruptions in areas adjacent to this node.
John, I think you're fucking up big time.
Power cell may result in subject termination and or equipment failure.
I'm sorry.
Go to sleep, my baby. Don't worry.
God, I feel so guilty. I feel so bad. I feel horrible.
Maybe. No. Maybe if it... No, that won't
Okay.
work.
They don't hear then. They don't go there then. I mean, I still have a
Maybe
stick.
if it... No, that won't work.
What do you mean? Oh, I see them. Fuck. I'm stupid.
Thomas Veneer Origin. Please report to the Visitor Center.
And? Cool, that's it. Okay. No, John. That's it, John. You don't seem like I can keep going.
Warning. The environmental control and life support system has been compromised. Please report to the visitor center for further instructions.
Delicate white veins spread out from the holes in the glass. Melted pieces of glass lay among other splintered remains. I can only go through here, so it don't matter.
Abnormal neural activity detected.
Okay. Oh, there's not much left of the game, for fuck's sake. Okay. I'll figure it out. That hybrid, it's propped up against the bars of its tiny prison, surrounded by similarly small cages. The creature reeks as it's been dead for some time. The creatures here are malnourished, desiccated husks. The stench is thoroughly vile, a rotten mishmash of smells that range from putrescent to death. A distended limb drops quickly to the ground. A prison of all these poor beings, but more like a disposal area. Does heaven have a place for creatures that were created in hell? More corpses for the incinerator. This creature stares vacantly into the dark, a victim of its own existence. Is there anything I can do here? Oh my god! Jeeber jabbers.
Restaurants on levels 2 and 3 are now closed.
A mass of creatures, human and hybrid, huddled together in their final goodbyes. Some fought for a way out or held each other near as gas pulled in. Deep gorges are cut into the wall. You can picture the poor souls gluing at the wall and screaming with what remains of their humanity. A massive that's ready. These creatures, frozen in fear as gas crept insidiously through the vents, now lie still in twisted agony. The walls are marked with ragged scars created by human hands or something like human hands. This chamber was constructed with the express purpose of filling it with a containable noxious gas. There he is! Did he cut my arm? Oh yes, he did. John's arm. Well, it's good that I said that means I'm invested.
I know why you're here.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Bullshit!
Listen, Milan.
Dr. Milan.
Let's discuss this rationally.
Enough! I'll see you soon, Miss Ainsley. Give my regards to Olivia.
Mr. Maracek, you sneaky bastard. Not to worry, I can speed up this little family reunion.
What have you done with Rebecca?
She's right, yeah.
Rebecca!
You took away my life's work, Mr. Maracek. Now let me return the favor. Cage 7 open. Enjoy the show. I'm off to deal with Judas.
I don't know if I have time to...
Hybrid detected in the area 14.
Rebecca, no! Rebecca, run! Kill me! Take me! Rebecca! Rebecca, no! Rebecca, run! Kill me! Take me! Rebecca! 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 Rebecca!
John? I understand you're emotional. Still get Ellen. We can save her.
This pink bedspread is parted with blood. The plastic sheeting below you is spattered with vile fluids. These transparent tubes are used to pump liquids directly into the body. An organic soup is congealed around the edge of the recycling drain. A surgical observation room will provide an excellent view of any procedures being performed below. A DNA scanner sits idle awaiting genetic material for its processing. The large metal doors are locked in place. Filled with a hiss of gas and bubbling of liquids, the pipes penetrate like thick tree roots in the computer systems below. For fuck's sake.
Your your daughter's DNA into the scanner.
I'm living in a nightmare. I can't do this. I just can't do this.
You don't have a choice. Lan is a monster. We need to find Ellen. You need to put Rebecca's blood into the scanner. Now!
DNA sequence initiated. Complete.
Scanning. Can you get out of there?
Disposed of biological material for processing at Recycling Station 0314.
Sleep now, my angel.
A caustic cesspit swirls around the tank, occasionally burping sulfuric stench into the air.
Yes.
I found her. Your wife is in the military wing. I'm on my way there.
A biological tissue. Biological tissue is burned beyond recognition. What was once living tissue is now disposed of in the most efficient manner. A bright yellow hazmat suit pointlessly still protects the decomposing corpse from the toxic environment. Dwayne H. Jones. Abandonment. No feeling like it. Betrayal. There's another one that cuts deep. To be betrayed and abandoned by your own family. Well, fuck, what can I say? It's been 10 years since Maggie put my name into the Progressive Assisted Selected Suicide Lottery for 10,000 cash from the government. No questions asked. They said it was a fantastic deal. All that cash and only a super slim chance that my name will be selected. The state wins in the long run, with one less welfare case, and my family gets a cash bonus. Did I have a say in this? No. So, April 15 rolls along, and bam! Just my luck. My name is picked along a few thousand other unlucky bastards. I did the only thing I could, the only thing I've ever really done. I run. I joined Kane and headed as far away from my blood-sucking wife as possible. I have worked my way up the ranks here. Level 3 gets me limited seat access, which means I clean up some weird and disgusting shit, but at least nobody talks to me or asks questions, so that suits me just fine. Who cares? At least I'm alive and kicking, master of my own destiny. Keeping that in mind, I've been stuck in this room for a few days now with only the dead as company. Nobody is looking for me, but at least the bodies have stopped falling into the acid vats. The green goo is my way out of a better place. A sip of that shit and I'll be assisting my own goddamn suicide. To anybody reading this, please pass this message on to my wife. Fuck you, Maggie. Margaret Thatcher! Tough metal bonds from a secure barrier from what lies beyond. Over a long period, the putrid acid fumes have melted the balustrade.
Okay, I'm in the military wing. It's dark. No lights.
Keep your head down and stay away from the walls. And listen, you'll hear him before you see him.
Yes, okay. Okay. goddamn close.
Calm yourself. Panic and you won't make it. Focus. Breathe.
This is funny because we haven't actually encountered any, like, alive and conscious. Ourselves alive and conscious. Fuck.
Yeah, come in.
I can hear you. I made it. I'm in a storage locker. I don't think they saw me. I'll contact you when I'm clear.
I'll be waiting.
Warning. Oxygen processor has experienced a critical failure. Report to the visitor center for immediate evacuation.
The foul-smelling mountains of flesh crawl with several post-mortem insects. Radical advancement in artificial insect technologies have resulted in bionic arms and hands that are indistinguishable from real limbs. This prosthetic arm is needed. It's there. A grisly pile of meat. A macabre mess of body parts. You're not very smart, John, are you? Get the feeling, John.
Too close. That was too goddamn close.
Calm yourself. Panic and you won't make it. Focus. Breathe.
Do I still have the glob? I do still have the glove.
Yeah, come in.
I can hear you. I made it. I'm in a storage locker. I don't think they saw me. I'll contact you when I'm clear.
I'll be waiting.
Warning. Oxygen processor has experienced a critical failure. Center for immediate evacuation.
And? There don't seem to be a way for me to do anything about this.
Maybe. No, that won't work.
Doesn't feel like I can go down here. Child's side carcass appears soft and deflated. Brittle bones protrude, piercing the translucent skin at odd angles.
I'm in the cargo bay. I'm close. 5 yards. 4, 3. Got her.
What is it? Is she okay?
No.
Yes. Sorry, John. She's fine. Still in stasis. I'm going to have to find a way to move.
Come on. I don't believe this shit anymore.
The last time I woke someone up.
2, 3.
What are the actual chances she's fine? Like, actually, what are the actual chances she's fine, considering everything that's been happening?
Almost at the hangar. John, I need to explain the situation.
Well, Miss Hensley. And it looks like you brought a friend along.
Milan, Tia!
For use by the supervising engineer for the connection and indexing of cargo. An industrial refrigerator for storing objects requiring low temperature. The coolant pipe of the refrigerators are active and in good condition. Corpse. There's a PDA there. Well, Leah has to wait, because we're gonna read. It's almost 3 AM. I try real hard not to think any less of Scotty, but I swear the boy ain't got any carrying bone in his body. Plus I bet he don't know what any of those big words he uses means. He always hinting that when we're back home we can be partners in business. I got myself a job on a damn spaceship. Does he reckon I'd need help getting a job? Back before the rapid transport system was running through the Groom Lake, folks used to get around in those really slow transport ports. I found one, tucked behind the pile of storage crates. I've been working on it for maybe a month now. I reckon I can get it working. Scotty played an April Fool's joke on me, dumped some water in me while I was working on the pod. I accidentally cut him real bad with a wrench. Anyways, I'm gonna play a little joke on him and set his favorite book on fire, but not today. Sometime when he don't expect it. Pod's coming along great. A couple more months and maybe I can test it out. My kid brother, Judd, will be so proud. He used to help me work on cars all the time. One time we was fixing the brakes in this old clunker when one of the jacks broke. I know he's in a better place now, but I still feel bad. I pray about it every day. I know that God knows that I didn't mean to do it. I promise to him that I'm trying not to be so angry anymore. All finished. Had to get some parts printed with a nanite machine, but I'm sure Stefan didn't mind much. Can't wait to try it out. Scotty says the part won't work, and I'll get into trouble for it. Who the hell does he think he is? I made sure it will work. I ain't stupid. It's getting real hard to breathe and just pray about stuff. People like Scotty. God lets them live for some reason or other. Albert noticed some strange mushroom stuff growing all over engineering today. Guess we're gonna have to get cleaning. Good news and bad news. We had to scrub like mama and laundry day, so the gunk is just about gone. Bad news is, it's all over the damn place. Scotty has been really nice since I burned that book of his. Scotty's nicer every day. The Bible said he'd change if I was nice to him, and look what happened. A little bit of bread goes a long way with the house of God. Damn, this ain't good. The ship's on level 7 lockdown. Looks like we're gonna get familiar with another down here. With one another, sorry. Folks must have got mighty hungry. Screams are echoing everywhere. Scotty and me are gonna lock down engineers, shut down the baskets and close the umbilical bridge. Keep them away from the twins. It's Judd, our lover. I swear I didn't mean to. I couldn't get Scotty to shut him and stop making a ruckus. I just wanted to shut him up. I swear I didn't push too hard, but for God's sake, he was being so damn loud. It just gets to where a guy can take it no more. He thought he was better than me all along. Well, he's dead now. He's staring at me. Got to talk him away somewhere. I hear him. He's been laughing, crying, cracking jokes. He won't stop. Can't get him to stop. Folks say I can't just fix about anything with a screwdriver. Already fixed Scotty. Already fixed Judd. God wants us to fix folks up when they're broken. Can I fix me? Attempting to fix the port terminal. I think I got it working, sorta. Backspace don't work, still can't do much but make entries. Unopen, how do I get access to the other functions? System notification failed to complete transmission. Path. Fuck you, you ain't a goddamn radio. Is invalid or recipient is currently offline. Database incomplete. Terminal now recognizes the pod. Pod door hydraulics can be accessed but not opened. Pod is ready to roll. Terminal works well enough, but cannot erase test pods.
Alan, I'm coming. Hive.
Alright.
This is the fun.
I genuinely finishing tomorrow
These
because
creatures are following their base instincts. Breeding, eating.
good. Have a good night, everyone. It's fucking 3 in the morning, 2:30 in the morning. It's too fucking late for me. I am too tired. It's been 3 hours of stream. Bye bye.